There's something primal about a bridge. It's a lifeline, a connection across an otherwise impassable void. But in that very function lies its terror. You're suspended, often hundreds, sometimes thousands of feet in the air, trusting your life to steel, wood, or rope. Your gut instincts scream at you, telling you the ground is where you belong. For some, this is a thrilling challenge, a test of nerve. For others, it's a living nightmare. Some people have always been frightened of bridges. Gephyrophobia sufferers often try to avoid crossing bridges altogether, a fear that can be truly debilitating. Today, we're not just looking at bridges, we're staring into the abyss. We're going to journey to the most terrifying, gut-wrenching, and knee-weakening crossings on the planet. These aren't just feats of engineering, they are tests of human courage. From rickety rope bridges swaying in the Himalayan winds to glass walkways that make you feel like you're walking on air, each one presents a unique challenge to the mind and body. The question is, could you make it across? Could you silence that primal voice of fear and take that first step over the edge? We're about to find out. We'll explore the history, the danger, and the sheer audacity of these structures. It's a journey that will test your limits, even from the safety of your screen. So buckle up, take a deep breath, and hold on tight. If you want to see more cool videos on our channel and join us on more heart-pounding adventures like this, make sure you press the bell and enable notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Our first challenge might not seem like the most intimidating at first glance. We're in the Florida Keys, heading for the 7-mile bridge. It doesn't tower thousands of feet in the air, in fact. At its highest point, it's only a few feet above the turquoise water. But its terror is of a different kind. It's the sheer, unrelenting exposure. You're out there, miles from land on either side, with nothing but the vast, unpredictable Atlantic Ocean stretching to the horizon. It's a thin ribbon of concrete, your only link to civilization in a world of water. The real test comes when the weather turns. This is hurricane country. Imagine driving across this narrow strip when the sky darkens, the wind howls, and the waves begin to crash over the barriers. There's no escape, no turning back, just you and the raw power of the storm. The bridge feels fragile, vulnerable, a tiny man-made object at the mercy of nature's full fury. It's a psychological battle, a feeling of isolation and helplessness that can make your palms sweat and your heart pound, proving that height isn't the only thing that can make a bridge truly terrifying. From the open ocean, we now travel to the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado to face a true giant. This is the Royal Gorge Bridge, a monster of steel and wood. For decades, it held the title of the world's highest bridge, and when you stand at its edge, you understand why. The bridge deck spans an incredible 1,260 feet across the gaping maw of the Royal Gorge. But it's not the length that takes your breath away. It's the drop. Look down if you dare, through the wooden planks. The Arkansas River is a mere silver thread 955 feet below. That's almost the height of the Eiffel Tower. Walking across is a true test of nerve. Every step on the wooden planks echoes in the vast emptiness below. The wind funnels through the canyon, causing a subtle but constant vibration under your feet. You feel utterly exposed, a tiny figure suspended between two cliffs. This bridge wasn't built for the faint of heart. It was built as a tourist attraction in 1929, a monument to audacity. It challenges you to confront that primal fear of falling, to trust in the engineering holding you up against the overwhelming pull of gravity. It's a raw, visceral experience. Now we climb high into the Swiss Alps, to an altitude where the air is thin and the world below seems a distant dream. We're at 3,000 meters above sea level, on the Titlis Cliff Walk. This is Europe's highest suspension bridge, and it is not for the faint-hearted. The bridge itself is narrow, barely a meter wide, and it stretches for 100 meters across a chasm that drops into a 500-meter abyss. The sheer scale is difficult to comprehend. You are surrounded by a panorama of snow-capped peaks and glacial ice. A brutal, beautiful, and unforgiving landscape. To even reach this bridge, you've had to ascend a mountain. Your body is already dealing with the altitude. Then you step out onto this swaying thread of steel. The wind is a constant biting presence, and with every gust the bridge shivers. It's a sensory overload, the cold on your skin, the wind in your ears, and the dizzying, terrifying drop just beyond the mesh wiring at your side. It feels less like a bridge, and more like a tightrope walk in the sky. It's a pure mental game, forcing you to put one foot in front of the other, while every instinct is screaming at you to retreat to solid ground. Our journey takes us to the ghost town of Ojuela in Mexico, a place steeped in history and danger. Here we find the Puente de Ojuela. This suspension bridge stretches over a deep ravine, and its appearance alone is enough to make you hesitate. It's a rickety-looking structure of wood and steel cable, and it groans and sways with every footstep. Originally built in the 19th century, its purpose was deadly serious: to transport gold and silver ore from the mines on the other side of the canyon. You can almost feel the ghosts of the miners who cross this perilous gap every day. The bridge is suspended 100 meters above the dry ravine floor. While not the highest on our list, its perceived fragility is what truly sets your nerves on edge. The wooden planks are spaced just far enough apart to give you a clear, terrifying view of the drop below. As you make your way to the center, the swaying becomes more pronounced, a sickening, rhythmic motion that tests your balance and your resolve. You're walking in the footsteps of history, on a bridge that feels like a relic from a tougher, more dangerous time. It's a stark reminder of the risks people took just to survive. We now find ourselves deep in the Himalayas of Nepal, where bridges are not a tourist attraction, but an essential part of daily life. This is the Hanging Bridge of Gasa, and it is one of the most nerve-wracking crossings in the region. The bridge is long, narrow, and hangs high above a river valley. What makes it particularly frightening is its constant, unnerving movement. Located in a region known for its high winds, the bridge sways and bucks relentlessly, feeling more alive than a structure of metal and wire should. But the true challenge of the Gasa Bridge isn't just the wind or the height, it's the traffic. This is a main thoroughfare not just for the local people, but for their herds of cattle and donkeys. Imagine being halfway across this narrow, swaying path when a herd of yaks comes jostling towards you. There's no room to maneuver, no place to hide. You have to press yourself against the railing and trust that the animals will pass without knocking you off balance. It's a chaotic, unpredictable, and genuinely dangerous situation, a world away from the controlled thrills of a tourist bridge. Prepare for a different kind of terror. We're ascending Tianmen Mountain in China, to a place that seems to defy logic and gravity. This isn't a bridge that crosses a gap, but one that clings impossibly to the side of a sheer cliff face. This is the Coiling Dragon Path, a glass walkway, built thousands of feet up in the air. The path is just a few feet wide, and the floor is made of crystal-clear reinforced glass. When you step onto it, you are not just looking down, you are walking on the sky itself. The psychological impact is immense. Your brain knows you are safe, that the glass is incredibly strong, but your eyes tell a different story. They see the dizzying drop, the jagged rocks and tiny trees thousands of feet directly beneath your shoes. Every step is an act of will. Some people hug the cliff wall, unable to look down. Others freeze completely, overwhelmed by the vertigo. It's a breathtakingly beautiful view of the Hunan province, but it's a beauty laced with pure, unadulterated fear. This path doesn't just test your courage, it messes with your perception of reality. We travel now to the Andes of Peru, to witness a living piece of history. This is the Quechua-Chaca, the last remaining hand-woven rope bridge from the time of the great Inca Empire. This bridge is not made of steel or concrete, it is woven entirely from natural grass fibers, a technique passed down through generations for over 500 years. Every single year the bridge is taken down and rebuilt from scratch by the surrounding local communities in a 3-day ceremony. It is a testament to tradition, community, and ancient ingenuity. Crossing it is like stepping back in time. The bridge sags deeply in the middle and sways with a life of its own over the Apurimac River. The floor is a simple mat of woven twigs, and the handrails are just more ropes of twisted grass. You can feel the natural fibers stretch and creak under your weight. You are putting your faith not in modern engineering, but in an ancient craft. It's a wobbly, unstable, and deeply humbling experience. You're not just crossing a river, you're connecting with a culture and a history that has endured for centuries, held up by nothing more than blades of grass. Welcome to Siberia, Russia, a land of brutal extremes, and here we find a bridge that embodies that spirit perfectly. The Kwandinsky Bridge over the Vitim River. This is not an official bridge, it's an abandoned, decaying railway bridge that has been unofficially repurposed by locals as a vehicle crossing. It's just 6 feet wide, barely wider than a car, and over half a kilometer long. There are no railings, no safety features, nothing. Just a narrow track of rotting wooden planks and rusted metal laid over a decaying structure. In summer, it's a terrifying balancing act. The wooden planks are often broken or missing, and a single mistake in steering means plunging into the icy river below. But in winter, the challenge becomes truly insane. The bridge becomes coated in a thick, slick layer of ice and snow. Drivers must navigate this narrow, slippery path with no margin for error in one of the coldest and most remote places on Earth. This isn't a thrill ride, it's a deadly serious risk taken out of necessity. It is arguably the most dangerous and derelict functional bridge in the world. We return to China for our final challenge, a bridge that seems scientifically designed to maximize fear. This is the Hongyagu Bridge in Hebei Province. It holds the record as the world's longest glass-bottom suspension bridge. It spans a staggering 488 meters, suspended 218 meters above the valley floor. Like the coiling dragon path, it offers that terrifying experience of walking on air, with a clear view of the dizzying drop directly below your feet. But the engineers of this bridge decided that wasn't quite enough. They added an extra feature. As you walk towards the center of this immense structure, it begins to sway. It's not a subtle quiver, it's a deliberate, engineered wobble designed to simulate the feeling of walking on a much less stable bridge. The combination is diabolical. Your eyes are telling you you're going to fall through the glass, while your inner ear is telling you you're going to be thrown off by the movement. It's a full-on assault on your senses. This bridge isn't just a crossing, it's a psychological experiment, pushing the boundaries of what a person can handle. So there you have it. From the hurricane-swept plains of Florida to the icy heart of Siberia and the dizzying heights of the Alps and Chinese mountains, we've seen that a bridge can be terrifying for so many reasons: height, decay, weather, or even a floor made of glass. Each one of these crossings is more than just a physical structure. It's a barrier, a mental obstacle. Crossing them requires you to silence that voice in your head that's screaming danger, to put your trust in ropes, steel, or even woven grass, and to just keep moving forward, one step at a time. It's the essence of survival. In the wild, you're often faced with a chasm, a river, a gap that you have to get across to reach safety, food, or shelter. You might have to build your own bridge or trust a fallen log. The fear is the same. It's that primal instinct warning you of the drop. But overcoming that fear is what defines us. It's what allows us to explore, to connect, and to push our limits. These bridges, in their own terrifying way, are monuments to that human spirit, the spirit that sees a void and, instead of turning back, dares to build a path across it. The real journey, the real crossing, is often the one that takes place inside your own head. It's about facing the challenge, controlling your fear, and finding the courage to take that first step. Whether it's a terrifying bridge or a challenge in your own life, the principle is the same. Stay calm, assess the situation, and find your footing. That's how you make it to the other side. Thanks for joining me on this incredible adventure. Stay prepared, and stay alive.